Life is exactly what you make it, and that's all I have ever wanted to do, always looking to improve. I've not been shy to say the phrase, could do better, and that's all I'm trying to do here. This week there's no fancy intro, no musics, no cuts, just this raw video, which I'll be uploading as normal on Tuesday, I guess. It's going to be scripted, yes, I'm sorry, but I need to make sure that I say everything that I need to say and not make any glaring omissions or go off on any tangents, because that's quite like me. You most likely by now will have seen the announcement that Techers has a new owner, and so in this video I want to explain and address and just discuss. Firstly, well, what has happened? In summary, 2 Thursdays ago, we've signed all of the paperwork to step down as owners and directors of Techers IT Solutions. Craig, he's still here, permanently, as he always has been. Me and Erica will still be around to assist where is needed, but ultimately it's going to be down to the new owner's responsibility. Running a business is really, really challenging, like really challenging. I'd liken it to having a baby, in that nobody really understands what it's like until you have one yourself. The extreme highs followed by the absolute rock bottom lows, the late nights, the celebrations, putting a team of people together, networking, it's just pretty much non-stop. And it's been non-stop for me. In the last nearly a decade, with the help of so many people, Techers has grown from me just being a one-man band in my living room to what it is today, and what I'd like to think is one of the region's best IT providers. 16 great staff here who work their absolute socks off every single day for our customers, most of whom have stuck with us since they've signed up. We've moved from my home into offices on the back of a roller skating rink, then to our first professional small office, and then last year we moved to these offices in this prestigious location in Camshall Estate in Fareham. We knocked the awards out of the park last year, where we took home the Customer Service Award for the Portsmouth Business Excellence Awards, the Business of the Year Award from the All-Star Marketing Awards, highly commended for Medium Business of the Year from the Chichester Business Excellence Awards, and just too many finalist positions to mention. Humble brag. We have gone through countless versions of how best to deal with incoming phone calls, tickets, engineering scheduling, ways to improve the business, implementing things like Profit First, which I've said before, revolutionised how we budgeted for everything. And we've taken as much time as possible to reward staff, enjoy a night or activity out, and tried the best as possible to alleviate the pressure on the team here, because working in IT can be, at times, quite stressful when time is of the essence. Personally, I've done so much in the last decade, so much has changed. I'm married now, we've got 2 kids, employed staff, met so many amazing, inspirational people, and worked with so many businesses. Over that time, my eyes have been open to the world that's out there. I'm no longer perhaps a little naive young man who set up Techers to fill a gap in the market. I'm a little older now, certainly wiser, and certainly wiser from just the experiences I've had, and I want to experience more of it. All of the above has been achieved from just sheer hard graft. There's been no lottery winnings, no funding. We've always made a profit since day one, which I'm so proud of. We've never not paid our staff or delayed payments like some of the horror stories you hear out there today. Yes, there have of course been growing pains, everyone goes through them, and our staff and our customers know that we always do our very, very best to make things right. Again, this is the always could do better in practice with absolutely everything we do. Absolutely. You see, I am most definitely a self-confessed workaholic. I'm not one of those people that can switch off. My mind is just constantly thinking, oh, what can I do to improve that? Or maybe if we change this, then that would work better, faster, less mistakes. It's just my inherent nature. It's just how I operate. And whilst I do try and take time out for family time, spending time with my wife, my 4-year-old and my 1-year-old, it is always just ticking away there in the back of my mind. And now, so fast forward to so many IT events that I've been to over recent years. Last year ending fairly spectacularly with Barcelona and Paris, where I got to experience some what I would really call what I'd really class as once in a lifetime experiences. But a common theme running throughout a lot of the sessions was about your legacy. What is your legacy? And I originally fobbed them off. In fact, I'm pretty sure I made a video about how it annoyed me that every event I was going to kept talking about my legacy. My legacy at the time was to keep on doing this until I'm old and I can retire, because that's the thing you do, right? You start a business, you keep at it until you retire, and then you retire. Well, over the last few months, whilst I dismissed all of those sessions, my mind started doing a funny thing by itself. A case of what ifs, let's call it. And without dragging this video out, it ultimately came down to, why work all of my life until retirement when I'll be old, and the kids will have moved out, and we can't really enjoy the fruits of our labour because, well, we're old. And I'm not taking a dig at those who have retired or calling you old, because, well, you are older than me. But still, I'm just saying that we came to the conclusion that we have spent the last decade building this business, a massive, incredible achievement to go from absolutely £0 in the bank with one person to over £1 million turnover and 16 members of staff. But we have spent the last decade building this business. Perhaps we can spend the next decade taking it a little easier. Watching the kids grow up, enjoying more holidays, where I don't have to have those thoughts in the back of my mind about how it's all going back in the office. Something my wife mentioned to me quite a while back was that she'd always wanted to become a child therapist. Shit, I thought. I honestly never knew that. We spent the last decade doing something that I want to do. Appreciate, I've not forced her against her will to come and do it, but perhaps we can now focus on what she wants to do. Particularly now, as both children will be back in school in the next few years, and if she wants to, she can have a career back. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, and to be honest, yes, I'm thinking the same thing. Well, if you are better at what you do, then you should be able to design your business so that you can achieve all of those things whilst having a successful business. And you might be right. But ultimately, I don't think that it's fair if I was to re-engineer the business for my own personal goals. It's not fair to the staff and not fair to the customers. But you're right, I probably could try and do that. Though I am the type of person who, when I go out for an evening or day, or I'm away for work, I feel guilty leaving my wife at home with the two kids by herself. Even something as simple as going to bed. I stay up as late as I possibly can because any time I'm in bed is time I could spend being productive. Until I'm in bed, and then getting out of bed is the most difficult thing in the world the next morning. Although, kids, so no real choice there then. When I'm away from the office, I'm thinking about what's going on in the office. And that's not because I can't delegate, but it's that feeling that any time away from the business is time that could be spent working on the business. And whilst I could design the business to allow me to disappear into the background, employer, managing director, and continue taking profits, that's not me. It's not about the money. It's never been about the money. Well, other than doing excellent work and being paid fairly for it. So to summarise this video, I guess, it is in my best interests that the staff here and our customers all have someone to look after them whose focus is 100% on them. But importantly, it also matches what we aspire to be, the goals we wanted Techers to reach. And the guys we found do exactly that. And so I met Rob and Stuart towards the end of last year, and as you can tell from that, it's been a very, very quick process. Why? Well, because we have most of our house in order. I'm not going to go into the intricacies of selling a business just yet, maybe one for a future video, but the fact we were able to place our hands on all of the documentation, contracts, policies, procedures, finance agreements, everything just shows that we have our house in order. It's all organised, we've done everything properly, by the books, we always have, and that honestly runs through into our service we provide with our customers. We honestly try and provide the very best to streamline everything with business processes in place to make sure that everyone gets the same experience. So it's honestly a really, really exciting time for everybody involved here, and that's honestly the truth. The team here now have the backing of some experienced business leaders who have been running an MSP, which is what we are, a managed service provider, for a very long time. Technical engineers, account managers, sales, finance, they all have people to support them, when before it was just me, really. Techers is now part of a nationwide business. Our one customer who has an office in Scotland, well, we now have an office that is 10 minutes down the road from you. How convenient. But being a nationwide business does sound scary, it does sound corporate, and I have first-hand experience from working in a family business. which whilst I worked there turned more and more corporate as they grew, which is actually what triggered me to start this business, a gap in the market. I just want you to understand that we are not now this big corporate machine. It's not how Rob and his team run things. It is BAU, business as usual. It is the same team, working in the same way from the same offices, but now it's better. It has a team with more experience behind the helm. I'm not going to use the word old because, well, you know. But as it currently stands, I can only see this as a positive to everybody involved here. The staff will get more support with better direction and a clear focus. Customers will benefit from a bigger team to support them, whilst they still deal with the same friendly faces day in, day out. With that said, and as I said before, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have made a young man's dream of running a small one-man band business turn into something far beyond my expectations. To think we'd still be here nearly 10 years later with 16 staff, supporting so many amazing local businesses, it's just beyond words. Now we're not vanishing into the sunset. We are still going to be around for quite some time. There is a wide array of businesses here on the south coast of the UK. I'd argue more so than any other parts of the country, perhaps, with the exception of central London. We have and will always be an IT support business who gives a shit. One who can install, support, maintain pretty much anything when it comes to IT related technologies, internet connectivity, phone systems, cybersecurity, cloud services, the whole shebang. We didn't start selling phone systems and then decide to get into IT support because it's a money maker. Hint, it's not. We got into IT support because we love helping people. It is our absolute passion. And it's the same passion that keeps our engineers working late into the evenings, even when they're told not to, who don't claim for overtime even when they should, because they just want to help. Anyway, thank you once more for watching. And it wouldn't be a video if I didn't tell you to like the video if you did, subscribe if you're not already, hit the bell icon to be notified of our future videos, and I'll see you... Oh.